Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And thanks for being with us to celebrate this Friday together. 888-900-3393 if you'd like to become part of the action today. Man, there is so much stuff we've got to talk about. So much stuff, including Jeffy, who joins us today because it is a Friday, with a I Heart Joe Biden sticker on his shirt. Interesting.
Well,
all right.
No, it was put on me when I came in the building today.
Was it?
Put on you.
Like a lei in Hawaii when you arrive at the airport.
I'm not opposed to that, I'll tell you that.
Okay. So,
yeah, I saw it was basically an assault.
I'm not.
You're not, what?
I'm not ashamed of wearing it.
Oh, wow, you should be. Mm-hmm. You really should be.
I mean, the man is our president of the United States of America.
We covered some of this day before yesterday on our off-the-record discussion.
We did.
Jeffy joined me for that. And one of the questions was, Pat, how do you deal with Jeffy's Joe Biden apologist stuff? And really, it's difficult, especially when he wears it right in front of our face.
So here's a tough question, I think, really. Who do you love more, Joe Biden or Vladimir Putin?
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Question.
That's a tough one.
I mean, we hate Vladimir Putin.
We're told to hate Vladimir Putin, yes.
Yeah, well, we're told. Mm-hmm. But clearly you don't, because are you for funding Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I see.
Are you? Really?
Yes.
Okay. Then that destroys my
As a matter of fact, we haven't given enough.
Oh, that's true.
On behalf of our president.
Do we know when the big speech is?
I don't know, but that cannot go well, can it?
I don't know. I can't wait to see it. Make your case, man. Either. Let's hear it. Let's hear the lies that are going to spill out of your stupid face.
Anyway.
Yeah. I've said too much. Anyway.
We're going to do it whether you like it or not.
I don't give a rat's anus about what Americans want. This is all about Ukrainians. All about them. This is all about Volodymyr Zelensky and pleasing him in every way. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, it's fun.
It's
fun. And we'll be screaming that. I'm going to make a little video about how fun that is, like that liberal did when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. Fun! There's a little waker-upper in the morning. Well, if you're listening to this in the morning, but it could be the afternoon.
It doesn't matter. It's a waker-upper.
Doesn't matter. It is a waker-upper, no matter what time of day. Yesterday, Donald Trump addressed the whole "Will you be Speaker" thing. It's just kind of interesting. He actually said yes, he would do it on a temporary basis. Said he'd be willing to take on the role of Speaker of the House for a short period of time if the GOP is unable to select another candidate to fill the slot. Well, you know what? I mean, it shouldn't be necessary, right? We've got Jim Jordan.
Right. And I think Trump has later said that he was all for Jim Jordan.
Yeah, he's endorsed him.
Yeah. So we have our winner. Back on the mean streets of Helena, when I was growing up in my hometown, there was a radio station, not the one I eventually worked for, but one of the two others at the time, KBLL. When they did a radio contest, like my ninth caller gets a certificate for Hardee's French fries, or whatever.
All right.
So then they take the ninth caller and they give the number out and start playing a song. Then during the middle of the song, the DJ would come on and announce, "No more calls, please. We do have a winner." Instead of, how about you just don't interrupt the song and you just don't answer the phone?
Yeah, how about that?
If it bothers you so much, busy out the phone lines and just don't answer it. You don't have to interrupt the music, which is what we're all listening for. How about that?
That's funny.
Anyway, let me just interrupt our show right now to say no more speaker nominations, please. We do have a winner.
I would say.
And it is Jim Jordan.
I will say it would be fun to see Donald Trump as speaker
during
the State of the Union speech.
Wouldn't it?
Have him
Right
sit behind.
Joe. Oh,
That
please.
would be
Would
fun.
be something.
Now they have to do
Yeah,
it just
that'd
for
be
that
something.
optic right there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh my goodness! Yes, make it happen. He's going to be.
Can you imagine? I didn't think of that angle. I love that.
That would be fun. Let's see.
So-
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be more
Yeah.
than fun.
Go ahead and call in. Keep calling.
Yes.
Keep calling.
Yes.
So Trump will be on Capitol Hill next week. In what role? Who knows? A support role or to assume the gavel. Mm-hmm. But did you see? Since we're talking about Trump, you got to play this Hillary Clinton clip talking about Trump supporters. This woman is so.
This is recent.
Oh yeah, you're just doing a sit down.
Well, we already know we're deplorables.
Yes.
So
Just listen to this lady. Ugh.
Very strong partisans in both parties in the past. And we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism
Listen to this.
waving,
Little tail of
wagging the
extremism.
dog of the Republican Party
You gotta be
as it is
kidding me.
today. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump,
Wait
who
for it.
has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for
gosh.
himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen. How do you-
Oh my gosh.
Re-education.
She's setting it up.
A formal reprogramming.
I'm going to just throw this out there, okay? Maybe it's something we should consider, but maybe we need re-education camps, right? Because these people are
exactly
so
what she
extreme. So extreme. I love that.
Isn't that something?
Wow.
That is unreal.
And of course, that was Amin Poor is just letting her babble
Oh, of course, because she agrees with it all. She agrees. But could we maybe do a better job of exactly what she did there and call the Democrats what they really are,
Yes.
and that's socialists and communists? You talk about extremism. The only problem with the Republicans, not the only problem, but one of the biggest, is that they don't position themselves well at all, and they don't respond to attacks like this, which is so asinine. Play their game, throw it right back in their face, show how radical and extreme the Democrats are. It's not hard. It's not hard. You got evidence of it every single day, and they never talk about it. They just leave it alone. But I mean, look how good she is at it. It's the most natural thing in the world.
Man.
And
I'm just.
And
maybe
she's
a little
concerned
formal.
about the Republican Party. She wants it to do well.
Yeah.
So she's just got some advice for
Look,
us.
I enjoyed working across the aisle with my fellow Republicans.
Always have. She always
And
has.
sure, things got a little heated from
once in a
time to
while.
time.
But we could at least talk about it without this extreme tail wagging the dog.
Wow.
Maybe we need. Look, Christine, I'm just throwing it out here for you. Some formal.
It's Christian, but close. Go ahead.
Don't boggle me down with facts.
Seriously,
Yes, seriously. Go ahead.
why are you loving Christian?
I'm not
Oh my
loving
gosh,
Christian Amanpour. I just
she is agonizing.
wanted people to
But
know who you're
I
talking
know
about.
Christine. That's what I'm talking about. Some formal reprogramming that needs to take place.
Yeah. We need to look at that, at least.
Yeah.
At least should we look at it? I think so. That's reasonable.
When they start
Right?
saying the quiet part
Yeah.
out loud.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh. We should circle this day on our calendar. It is October 6th, year of our Lord 2023. Hillary let the cat out of the bag that this is one of their plans because, that's what she's doing.
Laying
She's
that groundwork,
throwing it
baby.
out.
You aren't lying.
And then get you used to that idea. We wouldn't have to do it if they weren't so extreme.
And how
out
do we
of
know who
control.
they are? I mean, we learned this week that the FBI is keeping a list and checking it twice, or making a list and checking it twice of all the MAGA supportors, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So
this,
those people will need to be taken to the formal
Reprogrammed.
reprogramming.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
exactly
Gently, of course.
what the FBI, what the whistleblower told us, Steve Friend. He was on here. Basically, You've got Newsweek writing about this now.
Yeah,
Not some right-wing blog writing about this, but yeah, you're a target if you're a Trump supporter. Your government says so.
I just like to say,
you love Joe Biden. Yeah, and it's right there on your
it's right there.
on your shirt. So
It's right there.
they can't deny it, right?
I apologize for forgetting my Ukraine lapel. But
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow.
yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. Well, Chris could make one for you right now. He made us some yesterday. We were so proud to wear.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you though?
Oh,
okay.
bursting with
Okay.
pride.
Okay.
Bursting. I seriously can't wait to watch him make the case.
I know.
For more
Or
Ukrainian
at least
aid.
attempt to make the case.
Try to. Yeah. Tell us what he's going to make it all about us and our interests. When there's really, what interest do we have in this thing?
Somebody that listens to the program suggested this would be the speech where he calls for troops on the ground, U.S. troops on the ground, formally.
Could be.
Yeah, very well.
I wouldn't
be.
put anything past these people.
No,
They're
I
so
wouldn't either.
extreme. And it's not just the tail, it's the whole dog that's extreme in the Democrat Party. Other than rank and file, just average citizens. Some of them aren't on board with what they're doing, but almost all the leadership, almost all the elected officials, they're all on board with totally extreme points of view. Like abortion. I mean, when did it become okay to support abortion with absolutely no limits on it? All the way up to and including the very birth of the child. You're going to call that a clump of cells? Is that what that is? That's coming out the birth canal right now after 40 weeks. Well, yeah, until it's on the other side.
Yeah, until it's completely out.
Until it's out of her
cells.
body. It's her body. No, you can't separate her body from her body. So I don't know how they make that case. I don't know how they're okay with it. But they know that in order to appease the left, the extreme left, they've got to have that stand. You can't mention any sort of restrictions. And then the extremism on Ukraine. All of a sudden, they're all about war. I thought you were the party of peace. I thought you were the, hey, let's use our words, not our fists. Okay. I'm all about that right now.
Yeah.
Let's do. But they're not there anymore.
No, they're not. And it might be NATO troops, right? So if he promotes in this speech that we're going to use NATO troops, it'd be less like it's our troops. I mean, obviously it is.
And it would be comprised of most of our troops.
Predominantly our troops, absolutely.
Yeah.
But to sell it.
That's possible. That's a good point.
Sell it to as NATO.
Yeah, right. It's a NATO operation.
Yeah.
Because already one of their officials was talking about invading 5 NATO countries. We got to head that off at the pass.
Right.
We've got to show them that this is unacceptable. I could see that happening, especially under the banner of NATO. All right. Let me tell you about Mercury Real Estate agents I trust. The next time you're buying or selling your home, hopefully you won't make the mistakes that many of us have made in the past, and that's not really caring about who the realtor is because everybody's the same. That's just not the case. Some realtors have really great track records, really understand the market, and are really committed to doing a good job for their clients. That's the kind of agent you'll get from Real Estate Agents I Trust. These are all fully vetted by Glenn's team, and there's, I think, around 1,500 nationwide. If we couldn't find a great realtor in your market, we just don't have anybody in that market. But we've been able to come up with really good realtors almost all over the place. So go to realestateagentsitrust.com. The name really says it all. And it's a free service, by the way, that we provide to you just to set you up with your realtor. realestateagentsitrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Looks like a collegiate swim team has united to keep biological males from competing against women.
In Virginia.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. First, let's get to last night and what the border crossing in El Paso looked like. I bet it's pristine. I bet you can see for miles.
Yeah.
Nobody there. You know, because the border is secure, as we all know. Let's take a look at how secure it is. There you go. Pristine, pleasant, peaceful,
secure.
But it's
secure.
not coordinated at all.
No.
It's just randos just coming up here looking for a better way of life.
Look at all the families. Look at all the families.
How do you
running for the border?
How do you look at that and not call that an invasion?
I don't.
100% an invasion.
Honestly, I don't.
And there's
know.
Border Patrol like, yeah.
What am I going to do?
What do you want us to do?
It's me against 5,000 people. What am I supposed to do?
But again, not coordinated at all.
That is something else. Well, Mexico's president, Obrador, we told you yesterday, he's telling us that, first of all, it's our fault. Secondly, 10,000 people a day are making their way to our border. That's in addition to whatever else was happening before this. So it's, a combined situation where, you might have 20,000 people a day coming across the border, 30,000 a day coming across the border, if we don't get a handle on it. And this administration has no plans. Well, except for the wall. At the same time all this was happening, the Biden administration was giving the green light for border wall construction, which, we found pretty out of character for them. In fact, here was a campaign promise made by Joe regarding border wall funding if he became president.
Okay.
I think he did.
There will not be another foot of wall constructed in my administration.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, what I'm going to focus on, the fact is that somebody in this group written a lot about the border.
Okay, stop. Leave that up for a second. Look, aside from the border, this was pre-election.
Can you put the image back up?
This was pre-election. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
Starting to go, but not.
Well, he didn't look good, but much better than right now.
I don't know. Yeah, a lot better than now.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
3
decline.
years.
A lot of decline.
Yes,
for sure.
Wow. Okay,
But not a foot.
Not a foot.
Of new wall will be constructed.
Not a foot under my watch.
Oh, they must only be building 6 or 8 inches of new wall.
Because not a foot.
Because he's not going to go a foot. He promised. So, hate to see him break a promise. He's never broken one, right? He told us that. Name one thing! Name one! Okay, well, we named about 30, but whatever. Jeez. And yesterday, Biden was asked if he thinks border walls work.
Oh.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No. Okay. Thank you.
That's it. That's all you're getting.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
But,
then why are you constructing one?
Yeah.
That's weird. Huh.
Why are you constructing one around your home in Delaware? Why did you construct one around what you think is your home? It's not. The White House. I guess they work there, just not at the border.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Right. And, of course, he didn't construct the one at the White House, but he certainly hasn't torn it down.
No, he
Tear
hasn't.
it down if they don't work.
He did construct the one in his Delaware home, though.
Oh, sure. Yep, that's fairly recent, too, isn't it? So, that's great. This is all consistent. It's all brilliant.
It sure is.
It's all part of the plan to make America great. Then the truth came out. Why was his administration getting ready to build a border wall then?
Answer one question on the border wall. The border wall, the money was appropriated for the border wall. I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't, they wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what it was appropriated. I can't stop that.
You catch that? Wasn't the Biden administration saying, oh my gosh, it's out of control, let's finally do something. It was, look, Congress passed it. There's no way we can get around this. We had to... We tried to we tried to get rid of the money for the wall. We just couldn't redirect it. Sorry, y'all.
Too bad he doesn't feel the same way about Supreme Court decisions. Yeah, that was a Supreme Court decision not to go ahead and cancel everybody's student debt. Oh, we couldn't get out of it. Found a way around that, didn't you?
Well, he actually found a way around that for the last 3 years, right? I mean, with different ways to hold up the border wall through environmental laws, which they're now just, I don't worry about those. Those are fine. Those are fine. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, they're breaking like 26 rules, regulations, and laws in order to construct the wall where they're constructing it. And one of the problems is the ocelot. As we all know, the ocelot is very prevalent in that area of the border. And I don't want to disturb any comings and goings of ocelots. Do you?
No, I don't. But so that crowd that we saw coming across the border last night,
they've disturbed ocelots.
Have they upset the ocelots?
Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. They may not mate today because of it, and I hate to get in the way of their mating habits. Don't you? No, you don't. You don't.
Ocelot business. I do think that what seems to be an innocuous question at the very end of yesterday's KJP press conference, asked by Peter Doocy. I think,
only one.
I think this is going to be their plan. Listen to this question and answer.
If you have to build a border wall, but you don't think that it's going to work, then once it's done, are you just going to tear it down?
I'm not getting into hypotheticals from here. I'm just telling you what I can tell you from here. The facts are that DHS is complying with the law. This is from this was under fiscal year 2019 under Republican leadership, and DHS is required to do this. The president asked multiple times of Congress to reappropriate. They did not, and we're not complying by the law. Thanks, everybody.
Close up the big book of everything. I'm out.
So a couple things there. Why are they complying by the law? Because they never do that.
They
don't
never
care.
do that.
And I think it's just so they can have their cake and eat it too. They can say, hey, look, we built a border wall, Republicans, so back off. They can go to the left to their base and they can say, hey, guys, the Republicans did this. We had no choice. But I think Peter Doocy, I think we need to remember that, like you're talking about the Hillary thing. I think we're going to get some weird headline someday. Biden administration tears down new wall. Look, yeah, we totally followed the law. We built it, but it's our prerogative to knock it down, too.
They're attempting to make Texas get rid of the
buoys
barbed wire, right?
Yeah. Oh, the barbed wire in the buoys.
Yeah.
The water,
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah, because of the law. They're fighting behind the law on that as well. Well, it's just that once they're on U.S. soil, or in U.S. water, we have to take them into custody. And you can't do that with razor wire in the way. So...
Yeah, because, I mean, you've got this...
Our hands are tied.
Mayorkas yesterday, he said that we haven't changed our policy. I mean, that's true. They haven't. They still think walls are a bad thing. He just said that no change in policy. This was just some language in the Federal Register being taken out of context. In other words, it's not us. Don't blame us for the wall, because we sure as hell don't want it. Did you see this? This is an older clip, this Brett Baer thing that's going around there.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But. Okay, he's with a Border Patrol agent, former Border Patrol higher up. I mean, this is the most damning 90 seconds. Like you always say, if you want to destroy this country, what would you do different? Watch this. It's incredible.
Talk about the border wall. What were the instructions after the transition of administrations when it came to the wall?
So a presidential proclamation came out, and it was a 60-day pause that it's publicly available. We're supposed to do an in-depth study and then come up with a plan going forward. So Border Patrol did its part, everything. That was done within about 2 weeks. Several briefings later, there really had not been any decisions made. It went well beyond the 60 days. Many of those projects today are just still on hold. So we're paying contractors. For a while, it was almost $5 million a day between DOD and DHS to not build the border wall. There's
wait. $5 million a day to not build the wall.
To not build a wall.
Even though they have all the stuff,
there are stacks and stacks of border wall panels. There's hundreds of miles of fiber optic cabling. There's hundreds of cameras that were being installed with that that are just sitting. There's no action being taken.
So what do they say when the briefing is, well, this really helps us? If we could just plug this in, if we could just finish this thing, what do they say?
We're not building more wall.
Yeah.
There's no conversation. Right. There's no adult dialogue, if you will. It's just a black and white decision. The administration said we're not doing it, so we're not doing it. That money is just trickling away to those contractors for not doing work each day.
What if we took all of those supplies, it's costing us $5 million a day or whatever he said, and we ship it to Ukraine and let them, or we don't let them, we build the wall for them there. What if we put a wall between Ukraine and Russia?
It's a good idea.
Be in favor of that.
And then as we leave, we say, don't call us again. Here's your freaking wall.
We should have thought of that before they started selling off all the parts.
Yeah. Because, that's an older clip. Yep. Unbelievable.
How old is that? Do we know?
I don't know.
Interesting,
really
though.
Don't.
Jeez.
You see that the Army-Navy game has a hotel shortage in Foxborough, Massachusetts?
Because of illegals. Illegals are occupying all the hotel space. Wow. Okay.
What are they supposed to do? Just be on the streets?
Well, they're there, too. So, yes. But...
and you see New York City is looking to maybe change their, have to house law for illegals. Oh,
really?
It sucks being a sanctuary city, huh?
We'll see, because Adams is on his fact-finding mission.
He's on the fact-finding mission. You see the city of Denver has sent a flyer down to South American countries. Look at these bullet points. This is from the city of Denver. Denver's resources have been exhausted.
Oh, wow.
Asylum seekers without children in city shelters have been given a 14-day limit in shelter. If you are coming to Denver seeking shelter, it is important for you to have a plan. The city cannot provide shelter long-term, and I love this one. Housing in Denver is very expensive, and there aren't many affordable housing.
So are they trying to discourage people from coming to Denver?
Isn't that something?
So.
Huh. That's weird. I thought you were really welcoming there.
Yeah. Well,
inclusive.
I mean, what Denver? What did they get? How many buses have they gotten from Greg Abbott?
How many busloads to Denver? I don't know that we've sent anybody to Denver.
It didn't take a lot to break Denver, did it?
It's interesting the percentages on those buses too. That has made such a dent in people's concerns over the border.
Sure
and
has.
The feds
it's a game changer.
have actually shipped more.
1,600.
Yes, I know. That's true.
That's amazing.
Texas has sent 1,600 immigrants to Denver.
Oh, wow. 1,600 collapsed their system.
Collapsed the city of Denver.
Wow. That didn't take much of a push.
No, it didn't.
Jeez.
No, it didn't.
I swear, you need to try Martha's Vineyard again, y'all. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Man, they couldn't get rid of them fast enough.
Yeah,
they don't have the space. You know what I mean? They don't have the space. Especially in the off-season when only, I don't know, what do they have? About 75% occupancy, vacancy more like 75% vacancy, maybe 25% occupancy. But they had no room. They had no room for illegals.
They were kind enough to bring in their own buses with the National Guard, though, and help the people out of there.
Oh, that was nice of them. Yeah. That really was. Because they wanted their exit from their area to be comfortable.
Yeah, they sure did. And
I
they
think
were all
was.
there. They were all there waving goodbye.
And how many was that? I don't even remember. Wasn't it like 50 or something?
It
wasn't
was
very
about
many.
that. I'll find out.
It's not like it was thousands and thousands of people. I think it was a busload.
It was at least maybe 2 busloads at the most.
Maybe.
At the most.
Oh, God.
How many?
49.
49.
Yeah. Broke Martha's Vineyard.
But on The Price is Right, I would have been eliminated because I went over.
50, yeah.
Yes, I was close. But I went over.
But you went over.
Can't do that. You just can't do that. You can't. So I should have said 1. And then then I'd be in the Showcase Showdown later on in the show. But that's not going to
Bottom line is just don't forget to get your pet spayed or neutered.
Oh, right. Right. That's an important. Especially if they're near the border because there's some endangered plants down there. And
don't forget, we saw that illegal alien dog cross in San Diego.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Probably pregnant, too. Anchor puppies. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep. Thank goodness for anchor puppies. Otherwise, where would these dogs be? Well, they'd be in Mexico, and we can't have that.
DACA dogs.
All right. 888-900-3393. There's, again, we haven't scratched the surface yet, but we intend to. And on the big last Friday of the month show, this month is the Titanic, huh?
Uh-huh.
Did the Titanic really sink? Is that what's at the bottom of the ocean right now?
2 conspiracies for the price of 1.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Good. So that's coming up the last Friday of October. And we've got much more on this show today. Next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome, 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Somebody sent us these gifts.
Yeah.
I guess Gumby and Friends. I don't know why. We don't know who.
Hey.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
But
take
thank you.
responsibility.
Whoever it is. Thank you.
Okay, so
there you go. Fantastic.
We all got one. They're beautiful.
Aren't they, though?
What are these extra ones? Goo and Minga?
I don't know. Don't
Goo
know.
is the trans Gumby.
Trans Gumby. Awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Got to update the franchise.
Stick to it. Commit to it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay,
yes,
there you go. Thank you.
Yes, it is.
M tweets, Happy National Smile, College Radio, and Plus Size Appreciation Day.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
you.
why I included that non sequitur in there.
Oh.
What's the non sequitur? Those are all special days. Is it Plus Size Appreciation Day? I didn't know that.
Well, first of all, every day should
you,
be
Jeffy.
Plus Size
We appreciate
Appreciation
you.
Day.
Wow, that's a good. It's good to know. Yeah, October 6th.
Okay.
Wow, so
Plus
that's
Size Appreciation Day.
It's a day that recognizes the gorgeous men and women who may be larger, but are also larger than life in so many ways.
Beautifully put. Beautifully put. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
I mean, there's literally a day for everything.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And there should be.
From Joe's Kitchen Fire, which, he almost lost his wife. He almost lost his home, almost lost his Corvette. And the only place the fire was burning was, like, I don't know, his stove.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
But it was serious, okay?
Well, anytime there's a fire.
But Joe's Kitchen Fire says Pat's shirt is a curious shade of blue with a yellow logo. Is this his subliminal way of supporting Ukraine?
Busted.
Thank you for noticing.
Oh.
Yes. Proudly wearing my Ukrainian support today.
hoping to get my envelope of cash, I'll tell you that.
I don't do this for cash. For me, this is all about the principle, and there's my...
Wow.
Good catch on that, Joe's Kitchen Fire. Anthony Osh, Hillary saying that Trump is only in it for himself is like the pot calling the kettle black. From ARHZ, Hillary Clinton is a known lying sack.
That's for sure.
If you want proof, just read the Durham report. Hillary, Schiff, 50 CIA people all lied to overthrow a sitting president. That's treason in my book. That's treason in everybody's book, frankly. Angelo 10, I once got banned from a news chat because I criticized Amanpour's hair.
That's awesome.
Hold on. Where would one go for a news chat? Like where's that spot on the interwebs? Chris Cruz, do you know?
You will have to ask Angelo 10. Perhaps Angelo will respond to that.
Okay.
We all want to know. All inquiring minds want to know where you can get involved in that. Let's see. What Bidenomics really look like? I guess we've been shown.
Oh, gosh. This guy going around.
Is this in a warehouse?
He's going around Costco.
Yeah,
and he's
Costco.
Comparing prices for food a year ago compared to right now.
I was in a Costco yesterday, as a matter of fact. They've got all the Christmas decorations out. Looks nice and pretty.
Yeah, they had all the Christmas decorations out September 1. They did not pass go. They did not collect $200. They went straight to Christmas. From 115 degrees in Dallas to, hey, everybody, it's Christmas now.
It's Christmas time.
Okay. All right.
Hot chocolate.
So anyway, check this out. This is what Bidenomics is really bringing us.
So I'm walking around Costco here, and I'm noticing these prices. For example, these Madras lentils, $15.99. I bought those a year ago for $6.99. I keep getting told that we got, 6-7% inflation. You got to be kidding me. Let's look at what else we got going on here.
Thank you.
What else do we have?
There's your $6.99, now $15.
I literally bought this.
Oh, he's proving it.
$5.69 2 months ago.
Okay. Now?
And then what?
$9.99. Okay. Then we've got, was that mayonnaise?
Yeah, that went from $4.99 to $9.99.
Oh, yeah. The flour we were buying for $5.99 last year.
Yeah, that's $5.99 now. $12.
The flour. Wow.
$13.59, and it was $9.49.
Yep.
Incredible.
What else? Yeah.
So, yeah, 7%? No. He says more like 75%.
Yeah, chicken prices, by the way, have hit a record high, but Costco still holding strong with that $4.99
on chicken. They said they're not going to.
They're not going to do that.
No, that's the hot dog, right? That was the hot dog and Coke.
Well, the hot
whatever.
dog, the original Costco guy threatened the CEO's life if he changed the price for the hot dog. But the chickens, they've invested so much as a loss leader that they bought that. They've got that huge chicken farm in Nebraska, I think, and which creates, I think, I want to say like 30 or 40% of their chickens. It's their own chicken place, so they claim that they're going to keep that as well.
Yeah, I think I heard that too. I think I may have confused it with the hot dog, but it might be both. It might
very
be
well
both
may be, but
of
for
those
sure
things.
the hot dog, the guy, they made the joke of he threatened my life if I changed the price of the hot dog.
I saw something making the rounds that said that let's see, right now that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 60%. And I was doing some more research on that, and I found a lot of stories just in the last, 6 months alone. And I've seen estimates on some of these that 78% of Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck.
I believe it.
I believe it as well.
I believe that.
And then you ask yourself again, if you were going to destroy this nation, what would you do differently? And I don't know if did I send in this meme? I don't think I did. I sent in, okay, so there's a meme going around where it shows Joe Biden and it says, this man was installed to make sabotage seem like incompetence. That's food for thought.
Sure is. There could be a lot of truth to that. And except for Jeffy.
Jeffy's not going to believe
hearts Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So don't talk about him bad in his presence.
Yeah.
Nobody appreciates Joe Biden more than Jeffy.
I hear that word installed out of your mouth one more time, man. That man was elected.
And by the way, we're about to hit $7 a gallon in California. So
again?
So hope you're enjoying living under.
Prices are going down here. I'll be at $3.09.
Bargain
come on
basement
now.
gas right there.
Come on.
Yeah.
It shoots up to $3.30, and then it comes back down to $3.09.
Right. It
then it shoots back up to $3.40, and then it's back down to $3.11 for regular.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real rude awakening soon on the oil front because of the decisions this man has made.
Yes.
For our country. We're not energy independent anymore. We're energy dependent.
Which is just...
And they're killing us with it.
It's like
unimaginable.
He's making sabotage seem like incompetence.
Right. It's almost like that.
Almost like
it is almost
it
like
can't be that, but
I
it's
left off,
almost like it.
I left off the installed part of that phrase for Jeffy's sensibilities.
Thank you.
Making sabotage seem like incompetence. That's why he was installed.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about the Eden Pure thunderstorms. This is something you want in your home. So handy, and it's not bulky, and there's no maintenance whatsoever. You pop up the little plug-in, you plug it into the wall, and you turn it on. Ta-da! And within seconds, it starts destroying the nasty odors in your home. You don't have to change any filters or any of that because there are none. So then it gets rid of strong odors, cooking odors, cigarette smoke, litter boxes, trash cans, all that stuff. The thunderstorm starts working immediately to clear your rooms of any odor that is offensive to you. And there's, again, no costly filters, because I know you're going to ask about the filters, Jeffy. You're always concerned about the filters. You don't have to replace them because there's no filters in it.
There's not a filter in there.
There's not a single filter in that.
So all I have to do is pull out the little pluggy thing.
And plug it in.
Plug it
wall.
in. Yeah. Turn it on.
Turn it on. You're done.
I walk away.
Yep. That's exactly right. And I've got a great deal for you this week. Right now, you can save $200 on 3 thunderstorms. That's 3 units under $200. Just go to EdenPureDeals.com. Enter the discount code PAT. That's Eden, E-D-E-N, EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code PAT, and you'll get free shipping.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah, I get all that. But what about the filters? Yeah, there aren't any.
But are you sure?
I'm positive. There's no filters to change ever. And why is it so bleeding
I don't know.
hot?
But it was hot when I walked in here this morning, and it has not cooled down at all.
Wow.
There's some issue with...
Meanwhile, I think Joe has
Just not
frostbite
working, huh?
in the other room. Are you freezing
Seriously?
in there this morning, Joe?
So it's cold in there, but not in here?
It's cold in here, too. It is cold.
It's hot as a pig in here.
Yeah, what's going on?
And it's only what? It's 65 degrees outside.
No, it's not 65.
65.
It was
No, it's
61
Yes.
this morning when I came in.
Yes.
Yes.
Tomorrow's high is 70, 72, somewhere in there.
Sunny.
I mean, they were predicting earlier in the week 60, so we're not getting that. But
get up my
No.
Mm-hmm.
Chris was
Yes,
predicting
no,
60.
no.
Chris was weatherman.
The
Chris
weatherman
was
on my phone said 60, which is why I got tickets for the state fair. Because
there you go.
60 is a good number
Yeah,
to
it
be
is.
at the state fair.
It is a good number. You'll have to settle for 70.
Yeah.
I'll take 70.
So the Texas State Fair is going on right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't
And by
even
the
know
way,
that. Huh.
Little John is performing tomorrow.
Oh,
Little John who?
That's Pat's
Yeah, Little John.
wheelhouse right there.
Oh, man, you're hitting me where I live with the Little
That's
John
so
concert.
upsetting. Little John, the rapper.
Ah, Little John, the
one that
rapper.
goes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that when he does that. Don't you, Jeffy? Well, Jeffy and I listen to that part over and over and over again.
Well, now we're sold. He's the one who
This
goes,
is really
yeah,
upsetting.
woo. And by the way, is it Little John or is it Lil John?
Lil.
Okay,
Lil.
let's get it
Lil
right.
John.
Yeah.
Little John.
There's a difference there.
Little John.
Little John. They've got some new entertainment things going on at the fair this year, too.
And the
so
food.
they've got the new dinosaur exhibit. And,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So it should be fun.
yeah, that sounds cool. What does it cost to get into the state fair? I've never gone.
$18.
$18?
And they have a curfew this year too. So if you're under 18 and
Yes.
at nighttime, unless you have a
Guardian or a parent.
hall monitor or a parent, you're
really?
not getting in. So if you want to make some extra money, go hang out in front of the fair and tell them you'll be their hall monitor, and they can walk with you. You can take. They'll pay you to be their hall monitor.
Jeffy's
Just a thought.
He's just doing it for
Just
the
a
good of the
thought.
community.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. 2 groups supporting former Republican New Jersey Governor Chris Christie for president are attempting to court Democrats in New Hampshire to help him win the GOP presidential primary in that state.
Democrats for Chris Christie.
The initiatives from the Tell It Like It Is super PAC, and I bet they do. I'll bet they tell it like it is if they're a Democrat PAC, which has hosted town halls for Christie, and the American Leadership Today group are attempting to get Democrats to change their voter registration in the state before the October 6th deadline. And, man, it's worth it for Chris Christie.
That's who you want to do it for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy, are you telling it like it is. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
I'd go to almost any length to make sure he can win. A mailer was set out to Democrat voters by the Tell It Like It Is super PAC, and it showed a picture of the Capitol riot on January 6th with the text saying, "This can't happen again."
Good stuff.
You can make sure it doesn't. Stop Trump by switching parties and voting in the Republican primary. Wow. I mean, this shows the guy's no Republican. He's trying... He has to court Democrats in order to even make a splash, and that's saying something for him. If he can't make a splash at his size.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. How big is this?
You know,
splash?
he'd make a tsunami splash if he jumped into the ocean. We all know it.
I thought it was Fat People Awareness Day or
Appreciation Day?
Yeah.
No, it is plus size.
Oh yeah,
that's what he's doing. He's showing appreciation
for the splash size
skills
of Chris Christie.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
yeah,
you sure are. But we can make it stop if we just vote in the New Hampshire primary as Republicans. On the other side of the mailer, it touts Christie as, quote, the only one willing to take on Trump, unquote.
Wow.
Was that a cow sound? I don't know why the non sequitur on that. That was out there, Chris.
I have a feeling some people are getting ready for work this morning and just got startled by that rogue cow.
Yeah, because what was that for?
What was that?
Here we are having a nice discussion on Chris Christie.
Didn't even fit the story.
Honey, I'm home.
Wait, what?
All right.
Okay,
good.
So there you go.
So there it is. There you have it. Mm-hmm. Again, we do not tolerate. So I hope this wasn't a reference to Chris Christie's size.
Is that what?
Girth.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
Because we do not tolerate fat shaming on this.
No,
program.
that was for the state fair. I just reminding everybody the state fair is happening.
Yeah, they probably have cows there.
They do. Yeah, that's what they do.
But why does the cow have to be so loud?
Well, it's a cow.
It's a cow.
It doesn't care about its volume. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll get back to Joe from yesterday. Do we have time for him reading remarks?
These are all quick clips.
All right. So he was talking, doing his remarks directly from a note card.
Of course.
As he
And
does
still
so
sucks
often.
at it.
Still got it wrong.
Watch this.
And also our continued enhancement of stability in the Indo-Pacific area.
Anyway.
Sucks.
What the hell?
It's so terrible.
Sucks.
Oh, please play that again. Let's see if we can understand what he's saying.
And also our continued enhancement of stability in the Indo-Pacific in that whole area.
What?
Indo-Pacific.
So in the Indo-Pacific.
Yeah, like the word that hung him up was Pacific.
Pacific, yeah. Because he wanted to say specific, or what the heck is he trying to say here?
Nobody knows what he's trying to say.
It's on the card, doofus. Read what's there.
Indo.
Also, the
Pacific or
independent. Anyway, I've said too much.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
With some tweets, B. Flensborg tweets, inflation is way higher than 75%. Where America and the UK goes, the rest follows. My favorite cheese has gone from 55 crowns to 119 crowns. That's not real money, my friend. You're being scammed wherever it is you live. That's not real money. So,
what are you even talking about?
I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about because it's like he's playing Monopoly or something. Paco D tweets, Chris Christie has a clear path to the Waffle House. Yeah, not the White House, but the Waffle House. See?
I see.
That just means he likes waffles.
Okay.
That's all that
I'm
means.
not opposed to the Waffle House, but
none of us are.
It sounded like it was more of a
Look, Pat, look.
No,
it's
not one of those. No, because we don't tolerate that on this. I can't abide it. Can't abide the fat shaming.
All right.
Squatching Duck tweets, they only use the cow sound clip because they don't have an elephant sound clip. For Chris Christie? Elephant because he's a member of the GOP. I get it.
Or he's really large.
And that's the symbol. No, Because we don't tolerate fat shaming.
Yeah,
that's not a size thing.
Good Lord, man.
That's great.
Loudest sound effects library in the history of radio.
And back to Joe yesterday. He doesn't know the name of the House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, which is fun. That's always fun from the President of the United States.
Never can remember anybody's names.
I join with Minority Leader Jeffries. Excuse me.
That's not the first time he's done the Jeffers thing.
Jeffers, excuse me. Anyway, I've said too much.
Do we need a bigger teleprompter?
How big is it now?
I don't know, but he's busy staring at it, man.
I mean, he's clearly just staring straight into
Directly
it.
at it.
Lost.
Play it one more time because he's so
eyes.
lost. Watch this.
I join with Minority Leader Jeffries. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Anyway.
All right.
Worst.
I mean, what can you do?
I don't know.
I'd be crying. I'd be weeping.
I don't know.
Like a 3-year-old girl if it weren't for just, we got to take it with a grain of humor. Don't we? Just have to.
The grain is getting smaller.
Yeah, I know. Here he is messing up where the new Joint Chiefs Chairman works.
Oh, no.
Have you here, and your experience in combat and your experience in administering at the Defense Department.
Okay. Wait, what?
He says justice instead of defense.
Can we address the bigger issue?
Uh-oh.
Which is?
Why is he not sitting next to the black man? What is happening?
Wow.
I don't know.
What's up with that? Why are you making him sit on the other side of the room? Great pickup there, Jeffy.
Interesting.
Yeah, normally in these settings, he would be in the chair.
Pretty far apart there, right? And his mumbling.
What?
It's amazing the general knew what he was saying at all. The Justice Department. I mean, Justice. Defense. Whatever it is.
Yeah,
Where do you work? Anyway, I think he's the overnight clerk at 7-Eleven.
Do you know the girl that brings me my pudding?
Can you talk to her on your way out?
Tell her I want chocolate next time. Getting tired of the lemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do the butterscotch anymore.
Anyway. And his remarks about the Speaker of the House race. Those are brilliant as well.
This is fascinating just because how evil he's got this long pause and just look at the creepy look on this man's face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay. Sir, not that they're asking, what's your advice to the next House Speaker?
That's above my pay grade.
Oh, that's good. What? Good line. Good line. That's above my pay grade.
Oh my gosh.
But we had to endure his creep-tacular stare.
That was creepy.
He looked like he was what was that movie about a year ago, Smile?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't he look like he was like an extra from that? Or
he does actually, yeah.
This guy.
Just everything about him.
Everything. Everything.
Everything.
I don't know that there is anything.
Wait,
there's nothing.
What are you laughing
That's
at, Jeffy?
I don't think there's.
He's your boy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
You
right.
Joe Biden.
You heart Joe Biden.
Uh-huh.
That's what I mean.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean.
And who can blame you? You know? Did you see that protesters rammed Ramaswamy yesterday?
I did.
Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy said the protesters rammed their car into his after they had a discussion at his campaign stop in Iowa. He addressed the protesters, had a civil conversation with them, but after the interaction, two of them drove their car into his.
Damn MAGA people.
Wow. Yeah, or that's probably what it was. These are Trump supporters. He retweeted an account that said the protesters had flipped him off as they drove away and that they had a neighborhood crime watch sticker on the back of their car. Photos on social media showed the damage to the car. Daily Mail reporter said Ramaswamy was not in the car at the time of the collision and he was unhurt. Mm-hmm. She added that the damage to each car was estimated to cost about $600 to repair. What kind of car do you drive? There's no damage that only costs $600 anymore.
Not in today's world.
I mean, if you have a little teeny tiny dent in the fender, it's a $3,000 to $5,000.
I avoid driving by my mechanic's garage because every time I drive by, he dings me for another $500.
Yeah. So you go around.
I gotta go take a long way. Yeah.
See, I mean, my takeaway from the story is that he had time to have a good discussion and answer questions from people that didn't like him.
Yeah. I did get an email at chewingthefat@theblaze.com, by the way, from listeners to Chewing the Fat and this show, saying that he's doing a breakfast, I think tomorrow in Pittsburgh, and they wanted to know if we wanted to ask him any questions, and I thought, yeah, ask him why he's running from us.
Yeah. Why you're running scared from Pat Gray Unleashed?
Yeah.
Why? Do we have? Let's get a Ramaswamy update from Chris.
All right. So we have a week. Next week, he might join us.
What?
Next week he might join us?
We're looking on the next week's schedule.
Okay, how long does it take to look at a schedule?
Well, obviously it takes about every 5 days.
It feels like the people you correspond with open their email once every 3 weeks.
It does feel that way.
I did send an email yesterday with the story. I was like, hey, we would love to get Vivek's side. He just got ran into.
Yes.
Are you talking about next week?
Yes,
3 days from now?
3 days from now, yes. That's we locked in a week. I just haven't locked in a day.
Okay.
They realize he's gone.
Keep
Thursday
in mind,
and Friday,
Thursday
right?
and Friday I'm not even here.
I swear, if they come back,
watch it be that.
Oh my
Watch
gosh,
it be that.
they're listening right now, and they're like, "Yeah, we could do Thursday or Friday.
You know,
choose."
your choice. And anytime during either of those shows, we can do it live even.
And we could do the full 2 hours if you want.
But it has to be Thursday or Friday.
Bring him on. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to the
Will ya?
Vivek-like cake.
Or fake.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's about how we're going to label him. Vivek like fake if he doesn't come on the show.
Or snake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or rake. That's not that good.
Or Vivek like bake.
Bake. That's a good one. Like bake.
Maybe
bake.
He can bake things.
Or like
stuff.
Drake.
Or like Lake. I mean, there's...
It's so stupid.
Take.
Or what about for heaven's sake?
Oh, yes, Vivek.
What about that for heaven's sake?
How about Vivek, like, wake your ass up and get on this show?
Vivek, like, wake? Yeah.
I mean, he's doing a breakfast tomorrow.
Right. You're going to be up
doing?
anyway. Wait, that's a Saturday.
I know, but that means that he's not opposed to getting up early.
He can get up that early. Yep.
Breakfast starts like what, 9 o'clock?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. He seems like a guy who can get up early in the morning, doesn't he? You know, he's a billionaire, I guess.
But here's my
$1 billion
We've seen pictures of him doing his little tennis matches in the morning and working out.
When he wakes up, do you think his hair is already coiffed and perfect? Like, does he have to do anything with that?
It's like the Jimmy Neutron.
You might have to put a little product in it after the shower, you know.
It's also self-cleaning. He doesn't have to shower.
Oh,
it's
nice.
self-cleaning. He's got self-cleaning hair and a self-cleaning body.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
This is
he
like
never
a cat.
showers, this guy.
That's pretty
It's incredible.
sweet.
Yeah, it's great.
Huh.
I'll
Okay.
definitely ask him that.
What, how long's your showers in the morning?
No.
Wow, that'll be a good interview.
How much did the self-cleaning hair cost?
I see.
All right. In Britain, Stop Oil protesters interrupted an onstage performance of Les Mis, and I don't think people were real appreciative of it. Here's what happened.
So,
what are these dingleberries
look at these
doing?
losers. Look at this.
Oh, man.
You suck.
And how did they get on stage like that? Is there nobody around to...
They probably bought a ticket. Yep.
Yeah, but they're just allowed
walk up on
backstage?
stage.
Couldn't even get their sign right. They had all that time.
Just stop oil! Yeah, people aren't digging it. And I don't blame them. You paid how much? How much to go?
I mean, and
to
that's
this thing?
the art scene. That's the theater scene.
Yeah.
If you're going to find a sympathetic group for your Just Stop Oil crap, you would think you could find it among them, right? And listen, I mean, they just got no sympathy. Losers.
Also, Chris is wondering how many crowns they had to pay to attend this performance.
Oh, no.
Well, it doesn't matter because that's not real money. So
that's right.
You can give them 1 million crowns. Doesn't mean much.
Just drag these.
Look at that. And then they just stood there
off the stage.
Do you not
what
have
are we doing?
any security whatsoever?
Right.
None at all?
Wankers. Get off the stage.
And they probably don't. And so and maybe I don't know where this theater was, or if it's a community theater
it's Britain
or whatever.
somewhere. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe they have one guy. Maybe. But you'd think that they would have at least 2.
I would think they'd have more than that. Yeah. I would think so, but I don't know. If they do, they didn't do anything about these boneheads. God, I just...
Oh man, I would be so angry.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be
How
so
is that?
angry.
How?
I don't know.
Does that help your cause?
Right.
How does it help the planet for you to do that? You're just pissing people off. That doesn't make people say, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, we should stop oil right now. We should just stop it." How about if we did that? And then you won't have anything to make your stupid sign.
Right.
You won't be able to.
You won't have any clothes.
Yeah, you won't have clothes.
Anything. You won't have anything.
And would you ride on a bike here? You won't have any tires. Yeah. And you won't have the bicycle itself. So
you have nothing.
Mm-hmm. Let's stop oil. Morons.
And you'll be wearing your little hemp skirt, and that's it.
Man. It doesn't.
I know.
It doesn't work. It just, it doesn't work. Why are you doing it? All right. I'll tell you what else doesn't work, and that's the global supply chain at certain times. It does not work. The supply chain of antibiotics could just disappear pretty much at any time. We've already had some shortages. We've already had some situations where it's not available right when you need it. But you don't have to be a victim of that. You can get a Jace case that looks just like this. Comes with a series of 5 antibiotic flights for you. You take those and clears up sinus infections, respiratory infections, UTIs, whatever the case may be. And it doesn't have to even be a supply chain interruption. You could be out of town and not have access to your local pharmacy or your doctor, whatever. This makes it really convenient, and you're always prepared. Go to jacemedical.com. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout. That's promo code PAT at jacemedical.com.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, we were just talking about the protesters in Great Britain who interrupted a performance of Les Mis. Also in Britain, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak discussed genders the other day. Here's what he had to say.
We are going to change this country, and that means life means life. Now, that shouldn't be a controversial position. The vast majority of hard-working people agree with it. And it also shouldn't be controversial for parents to know what their children are being taught in school about relationships. Patients should know when hospitals are talking about men or women. And we shouldn't get bullied.
This guy's got to go.
And we shouldn't get bullied into believing that people can be any sex they want to be. They can't. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. That's just common sense.
Wow.
Okay. Bro.
Wow. That's great.
Yes, it is. Good luck, though.
We should also never be afraid to talk about the thing that matters most to most of us. Family. Whenever you want to talk about family, someone whispers, "Is that wise, Prime Minister?" You'll be accused of promoting a one-size-fits-all view. But in this Conservative Party, the party that legislated for same-sex marriage and is investing record amounts in childcare, we know that what matters is that love cascades down the generations.
Oh, that was really good stuff, though.
Yes.
Common sense reality check for Great Britain. How about that? Wow. Wait, men are men and women are women? What kind of mongering and hate are you?
Right.
Jeez. It was nicely received, though, from the audience.
Well, from that group, yeah. I mean, that's his group of people. We'll see what happens, outside of that.
True.
Outside of that group. But
very true.
It's definitely, you're not hearing that?
Yeah, you're not hearing that from Biden. That's for darn sure.
No kidding.
Jeez. We can't even identify what a woman is in this country without people going apoplectic. Meanwhile, there's this from Dylan Mulvaney, who's demanding companies stand up to bigots.
They just keep preaching this.
He's still around, huh?
Still, yeah. Commit to LGBTQ partners after the Bud Light fiasco. Billy Bush joined Hannity to discuss why it's not wise for beer companies to get involved in politics and how it miscalculated the impact of the controversy. Then trans woman Dylan Mulvaney urged companies that are serious about progressive activism to be true allies to diverse talent and not abandon them when the going gets tough.
Oh, okay.
How about they don't get into this BS at all?
But you don't abandon your customer base.
Yeah. In one of her first major interviews since the Bud Light boycott, Mulvaney demanded that companies get more serious about their diversity initiatives. Could they be any more serious about them? It is so ridiculous now how committed they are to diversity that it is costing their bottom line billions of dollars.
So who wrote this story? What outlet?
Fox News.
Calling her. Calling him her.
Social media influencer said companies need to establish strong bonds with their progressive allies rather than promoting them in a performative way.
Oh, so you're saying the support was fake?
Yes, like Vivek.
I have an update, by the way.
Oh, we do?
I've got the Grinnell police, Grinnell, Iowa. Let's see, media release. Anyway, in the incident report, it just says, while backing up, this woman accidentally made contact with the vehicle that's associated with the Ramaswamy campaign as a rental car. So it says that the purpose of this media release is to clarify information circulating on social media concerning the details of this accident. It was reported on social media that two protesters intentionally rammed into the Ramaswamy vehicle and fled the scene. Our investigation has revealed no evidence to substantiate that information. Meager stated that she was not in the area to protest. She did not know who the vehicle she struck belonged to, and she did not intentionally back into the vehicle, and she did not flee the scene of the accident. Interesting.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Interesting. So they're calling him a liar. They're saying he's lying
not the
about
one that said it, right? Did he actually say it, Chris? Did he say
Jeffy has his statement.
Okay.
The statement is the Grinnell police put out their statement that the hit and run on Vivek like cake was unintentional, despite never speaking to Vivek or reviewing footage of the perpetrator flipping off Vivek. So the investigation is still ongoing, is what I read there.
Okay. All right.
That's going to be interesting.
So controversy swirling
By the
in
way,
the Ramaswamy camp.
I mean, he could clear it up easily by just calling 888-900-3393, and we could have Vivek like cake on right now.
I think the Lumbee IT department Twitter profile here has figured out why he hasn't come on. He thinks that the issue behind Vivek not coming on to the Pat Gray Unleashed show is, well, Chris is the one sending the emails, and so they're probably somewhat broken English there, and so they probably think it's spam coming in.
I can figure out one sentence. And my one sentence always is, what's the status? That's all I'd send.
That's all
if you can't understand that, can you be president of the United States?
No, you can't.
Okay.
No, indeed.
Well, I thought we had figured it out.
Close, but no.
But to just finish up on Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, he's good.
Made these statements in an interview at the Forbes CMO Summit in Miami on Tuesday. They included what appeared to be a veiled dig at Bud Light. Yeah, not so veiled. I mean, come on.
Right.
In which she accused in June of declining to support her when she received backlash for the marketing partnership. Speaking to Seth Matlins, managing director of Forbes CMO Network, Mulvaney cited her own experience of being the brunt of hate and vitriol after the Bud Light partnership. Oh, man. If you're going to ask us to capitalize on our vulnerabilities and our traumas, at least have our backs when the going gets tough.
She makes a good point.
Doesn't she, though?
Yes, she does.
Yes. I mean, stay out of it. That's all I ask of all of these companies. You don't have to choose a side at all. Sell your product the way you used to sell products. And tell us about the product. How about that? Does Bud Light taste better than any other light beer? Does it have fewer calories and less carbs? I don't know. Maybe promote those things. I don't. Not being a beer drinker, maybe those are not the things people want to hear about. Maybe they want to see a transgendered person in a bubble bath. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
So maybe I should just butt out of the whole darn thing, right?
Right.
Absolutely. All right. Coming up, we're going to do the Fat Five with Jeffy.
Awesome.
Among the five is...
a couple stories in there.
A couple stories in there.
We're
Man, that's riveting.
We're going to find out how good the Godless Animals are doing on the NIL for their team.
Oh, wow.
So you got a story on the University of Utah?
I do.
What person was so bored?
For you.
And
just for you.
So lazy that they couldn't look into anything interesting. They had to find out what the University of Utah is doing.
For you.
Okay.
Just for you. I mean, I might throw.
All right.
I mean, I could tease some more too. That would be. I mean, I don't want.
No, we're already hooked, bro.
Okay.
We're already hooked. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to find out about the Godless Animals. In the last year of the totally failed Pac-12.
Boy, no kidding.
Next year it becomes the Pac-2. So
sad.
They got that going for them.
They do.
That's great. And after besmirching the Big 12 with their fan base, they joined the Big 12. More coming up.
They begged like a dog.
Yes, they did.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, Jeffy promised us Fat Five involving the Godless Animals.
I did put the Godless Animals in the Fat Five. They were it's number 5. But if you want me to start with it,
let's start with it. Let's find out what's going on there.
All right. Every scholarship athlete at the University of Utah football team will be given a pickup truck.
Whoa!
As part of a sweeping NIL deal between the team and For the Win 360. The deal is part of the NCAA's new NIL rules that allow athletes to be compensated, obviously, for their brands using their name, image, and likeness. Each scholarship athlete will receive a 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn pickup truck with the Night Edition package, which is pretty sweet.
Is it just to drive while they're at the school?
Yeah, it feels like it's not theirs. So good luck getting it back, though, I would say.
Plus, does it come with all that stuff on it?
Yeah.
Like we're seeing? I don't want that. No.
And they're giving...
I don't want that.
The price is just over $50,000.
Okay.
For them, they will be covered. Let's see. The athletes' trucks won't be covered in the Utah-themed wrap, so no.
Oh, it won't be in the wrap?
Won't be. But even with the Night Edition packages, 5 available colors. It's 5 available colors. Still be kind of tough to remember. You have to remember where you parked your truck.
Mm-hmm.
When you have 50 or 60 of those bad boys parked in the parking lot.
Oh my! Well, if they're giving it to everybody, that's probably more like 120.
All scholarship athletes. So
just scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least 80, 84.
Right.
What is the max? Yeah, something like that.
Be walking around the parking lot hitting your...
Yeah.
I said the insurance was going to be covered. Let's see.
How about gas? They giving me gas money too?
No, it did not say that.
That's got to be cheap, covering a bunch of teenage boys.
And their insurance?
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah. The donors are covering the lease and insurance costs. Each student must remain on scholarship and eligible to play. So they'll expect them back. So I would say good luck getting them back because.
Yeah, what kind of shape are they going to be in when you might not want them back?
Right.
Right.
What's been going on in there?
No doubt about it. All right.
Wow, that's a good deal.
That is, though. It's nice. Pretty sweet.
Holy cow. That's, that's nice.
Yeah, pretty sweet. How much would you pay for the moon scoop that was used by NASA lunar module pilot Charles Duke and Commander John Young during their 11-day trip to the moon? Or the trip they claim was on the moon for 11 days. The moon scoop that successfully collected samples of rock in 1972 can finally be yours. It's up for auction now. They're expecting, or they want, at least $750,000 for this scoop. But the highest bid right now is a little over $60,000. They collect, a rare sample of shadow rock and brought back 200 pounds of samples of rocks with this shovel. So it spent days on the moon. It's a one-of-a-kind auction item.
Did you
Duke
say they
just
were
took
there?
it home. The astronaut.
He just confiscated NASA
He's
property?
had it. Yeah, he's had it since 72. I just had it with me.
51 years.
I just had it with me. I threw it in the trunk.
Wow.
What are you going to do? So
it's amazing.
The auction closes on October 19th.
They were there for 11 days, you said?
Yeah.
I don't remember a moon mission that long. 11 days. Wow.
Well, once you rent out the studio, they let you stay there as long as you want to be.
Yeah.
You get, it's not like you got to commute anywhere. It's all
true.
It's all inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, 11-day mission? Yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't heard that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris says we haven't heard of it because it didn't happen.
Thank you. As long as we're talking about space. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see that thing leaning up against the wall in this building.
That'd be cool. Yeah. But would they pay $750,000 for
Well,
that?
the highest bid right now is a little over 60,000, so
Yeah.
you might be able to get it for less than
Maybe.
$750,000.
Yeah, maybe.
never mind. Fat Five number 2.
Fat Five number 2. This would be actually number 3.
As long as we're in space. Oh, yeah, because we did 5 first. As long as we're in... the luxury fashion is heading to the moon, finally. We talk staying on the moon. The next time that we're going to be at the moon, since 72, by the way, since Duke was there, with the Artemis 3 mission, Prada is partnering with the commercial space company Axiom Space to design the spacesuits for the Artemis 3 mission. So, yay! You'll be able to get the Prada suits because they have a female. It's going to be the first woman to land on the moon, and she can't be expected to wear anything that's not a designer.
Right.
Are you out of your mind? I'm pretty sure Duke's space suit wasn't Prada, but, we'll see. I hope they look nice. They're still, NASA's still pissed at SpaceX, right? Because he's got the new space suits and they're trying to outdo each other. Fine. I also see where, a side note, Dish Network was fined $150,000 by the FCC for failure to properly deorbit one of its satellites. So that's the first time that they've ever levied a fine for space junk. So space garbage pickup is coming. Space garbage pickup is coming. That's a good gig, and they're going to end up just being Elon. Starting a space garbage pickup company. And, the new Forbes list has him at $251 billion. Wow. So he'll be worth a little bit more than that when he starts the old space pickup. Uber yesterday said that you could drop off packages at USPS, UPS, and FedEx using Uber for a flat fee of $5 in dozens of cities. It's on their Uber and Uber Eats app. Customers can send up to 5 packages at a time for $5 flat fee or a $3 flat fee for Uber One members. So good deal. You can have your packages shipped by Uber. I guess that's a good deal. Oh, fine. They said that there are some shipping guidelines though. You can't ship money, you can't ship gift cards, and fragile items. But it doesn't say anything about drugs, so it doesn't say. Maybe that's under the fragile items slot. I don't know. I don't know that. Wendy's and McDonald's have emerged victorious from a lawsuit that accused the fast food chains of false advertising. A federal judge dismissed a lawsuit brought against the two companies, accusing them of selling smaller hamburgers than advertised and alleging the food didn't look as appetizing in person as pictured on their website.
Wait, this is shocking. At Wendy's?
At
the
McDonald's.
Food didn't look appetizing?
As appetizing.
Huh.
As appetizing.
Wow, okay.
As in person, as it did on their website.
You mean that overly cooked, thin little square hamburger didn't look quite as good as it did on advertising?
That's the thing. They're saying the lawsuit says that they use undercooked patties in the ads. Because the fully cooked burgers tend to shrink and look less appetizing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And the company's ad harms customers because they are receiving food that is much lower in value than what is being promised. U.S. District Judge Hector Gonzalez said, "Why don't you calm down a little bit, okay?"
Better things to worry about than
calm down
that.
a little bit.
Yeah.
He ruled that Wendy's and McDonald's food images are no different than other companies' use of visually appealing images to foster positive associations with their products. He also said the disclaimers listed on the chain's websites were prominent and gave objective information about the weight and caloric content in those meals. So, just calm down.
Okay.
But I mean, we've seen all kinds of lawsuits like the very same against Burger King and Arby's and Taco Bell. I mean, Burger King said, "Look, this is a quote from Burger King: reasonable customers viewing food advertising know the food in ads. It's been styled to make it look as appetizing as possible." So.
Our food. Obviously, you know it's not going to be good.
Why don't you just
it's not going to be delicious like we make it look. So
Burger King?
That's essentially what they're saying, right? I'm just quoting them.
No, they're just saying that it's going to look a little different.
Oh, okay.
No,
all right.
It's still going to taste delicious.
Sure, I'm sure that's true.
I mean, flame broiled at Burger King. That's the Fat Five. I mean, I've got plenty more. We can do the Chewing the Fat Five. Be sure to subscribe to Chewing the Fat, my daily show, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, available wherever you get your podcast.
In the meantime, do you get the feeling sometimes that something unthinkable is going to happen? I sure do. And with all the distractions and smoke screens in the media, we probably won't see it coming, though. That's why it's really smart to invest in emergency food today, while you have the chance to do it, because once emergencies hit, once a catastrophe strikes, it's too late then. My Patriot Supply is the nation's leader in emergency food storage. Go to my website, preparewithpat.com, and you'll save 25% on My Patriot Supply's 3-month emergency food kits. You get a wide variety of really delicious meals, and they are delicious. Because My Patriot Supply has never had the theory, well, you'll eat anything if you're hungry enough. You'll eat a stick or a rock if you're hungry enough. No. You'll eat bugs, termites, and crickets if you're hungry. They don't believe that stuff.
An undercooked Wendy's hamburger.
Yeah, right. Well, no. You're not. They know you're not going to eat that regardless. So stock up right now before anyone else, everybody else, panics. Free shipping is automatic, and your order ships really fast. Go to preparewithpat.com. You'll be happy you did when something does happen. Preparewithpat.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And welcome. Should probably mention, be filling in for Glenn today as well. So, I mean, you're just going to... You got me for 5 solid hours today.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Oh, good news is I'll be doing overtime. So
is that good news, though? Just asking.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure. Just checking. You know, we did get bad news, though, yesterday. Dick Butkus died.
I love Dick Butkus.
Oh, who doesn't? Everybody loves Dick Butkus.
Dick Butkus, man.
He was one of the superstars of my childhood when I was very young. I mean, he was like the Bronco Nagurski of his time.
Absolutely Bronco Nagurski of his time.
Yep.
This video that we have, I sent it in this morning. I watched it this morning at 2:30 in the morning. I was half awake. It's so good. It is the Bronco Nagurski NFL Films video of Dick Butkus. And it's like a couple-minute clip. And it has O.J. Simpson in it saying how much he was intimidated by Dick. And it talks some of the hits that they show. You ain't seeing that in the NFL today. Not without a penalty flag.
No.
It is incredible, man. Dick Butkus. Hands bloodied.
Taped
and the
up.
fame of Bears linebacker Dick Butkus, number 51, grew under the spellbound gaze of millions.
Yeah. Boom! Oh! Wow. Bam! Jeez, that was Jim Brown,
For
too.
9 seasons, Butkus played with a bloody rage worthy of a Hollywood horror show.
I don't go to the movies too often, but one particular movie that stands out in mind was with Betty Davis. I think it was Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. I got kind of a charge when that head come rolling down the stairs. I kind of like to sit there and watch it and see things happen and maybe project those things happening on a football field and not to me.
Wow. Oh! Bam!
Right through.
Butkus instilled in his foes a raw, primal fear. And for some, the image of this swooping monster still terrifies.
Look at that
Is there a place to hide around here? Dick Butkus, Christ. He is the only guy that's ever, I guess, intimidated me on a football field.
He was the meanest
then I pulled out a knife.
son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life play professional football. He didn't like anybody with a different colored jersey. I mean, he really disliked you. You know, he went after you like he hated you from his old neighborhood. He would engulf you and try to break your neck on the way down. Butkus was the best football player I've ever played against.
Wow.
The guy never missed you. He was just a great, great football player.
I never saw a guy play the game more intensely than Dick. If there's a double, there's a heaven and a hell, and there's a double to a running back. This was Satan.
Dick Butkus was pro football's satanic majesty.
Wow.
That was just awesome.
Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days.
Yeah, I was reading something where he never even made $100,000 in 1 year as his maximum salary.
That's incredible.
Can you imagine that compared to what they get today?
No.
It's unbelievable.
No. Yeah.
Can't imagine it.
But it's Dick Butkus.
I mean, they make more than $100,000 per game now. Way more. Many of them make millions per game.
College guys driving $50,000 trucks.
Yeah. What's the okay? Well, Brock Purdy only makes $870. He was he was Mr. Irrelevant, right? I mean, he was the last pick of the draft.
Yeah,
and
he makes $870,000. Yeah, $870,000 per year is his base salary.
Starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
By the way, $870,000 is the minimum for an NFL player with a year of service in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a good gig.
Yeah, it's tough to feel sorry for someone only making $900,000 a year.
Yes, it is.
But comparatively speaking,
right?
It's a shame.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But okay, the 7th round pick signed the 4-year, $3.7 million contract.
Right.
And in an interview on Today, Purdy revealed that despite faring well, he still has to have a roommate.
Golly.
Isn't he the starter on the Niners?
Oh, he's been great.
Purdy's living with one of his offensive linemen, and the two are splitting rent. Purdy is also still driving his Toyota Sequoia.
I love it.
That's awesome. His living arrangement might be changing soon. He did just get engaged, so maybe his new wife doesn't want to live with the offensive lineman he's currently living with.
You don't know that, though.
I don't know that. I don't. You're right.
It's tough to make it in San Francisco. I mean, what is the third highest cost of living? I think it's behind
New York
and Honolulu. I think I read.
Honolulu.
You don't want to be driving anything better than that Sequoia either, otherwise you're going to get robbed. So
yeah, true. Oh, they'll take that from you. They don't care. In San Francisco, they'll take everything you own.
So sad.
They don't care. What an amazing situation, though, when a starting NFL quarterback is living in a city with such a high cost of living that he has to take a roommate, and he's driving in his old truck or SUV, I guess.
And amazing that we're even setting that aside. With Bidenomics, we feel sorry for a guy making $900,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you can't make ends meet on that.
What are you doing?
Can we get a GoFundMe page set up for this man, please? Poor Brock Purdy. That is just really, really sad.
Just to get him out of San Francisco.
How old was Dick Butkus? Was he 80?
80, yeah. He died in his sleep, Keith, so don't start with me. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, it wasn't died suddenly situation.
It wasn't that.
What are you
Do we know
to?
if he was
No, we don't.
vaccinated? We don't know.
No, we don't.
You don't know. So thank you for admitting
what you were
that.
alluding to. I couldn't follow along.
Yeah, he was going way out on a limb there.
Now I got it. So, anyway, did you see where, speaking of San Francisco, really exciting news, the WNBA has a brand new franchise.
Wait,
Excited?
what?
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Woo!
It's about time.
And where's this one going to be? Is it somewhere close where we can make it to the games, I hope?
San Francisco?
It's in San Francisco.
Oh, it's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
They didn't have a team before.
No,
huh?
the Golden State Warriors have been awarded a WNBA expansion team.
Wow, they must be thrilled. They
are
beside themselves.
They
are thrilled, is what they are.
They're going to play home games at Chase Center in San Francisco. And additionally, Golden State's Oakland facility, and everybody loves Oakland, especially this time of year. The Warriors practice facility and the front office are going to be there in Oakland, so they'll be great.
Good.
Now,
good.
I'm sorry.
What's the team nickname going to be?
Yeah, we don't know yet, do we?
No, we do not.
It's a work in progress, but they're getting the hand-me-downs from the Warriors.
That's correct. That's correct. That's a world-class facility. I don't know if you know that. Also, speaking of the WNBA, and I'm excited because I didn't realize this. The championship series begins this weekend for the WNBA.
Of course you didn't know that before?
I didn't.
Wow.
The first game is Sunday at noon, right up against. There's something else going on at noon on Sundays. What is happening on Sundays?
NFL game.
NFL. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't know how they're going to get any viewers, but I did predict on this very show that the Las Vegas Aces would win the WNBA championship, and they are in the finals against the New York Liberty, so they will win, and my prediction will be true.
And how did you come to that?
Well, they won last year.
Is the WNBA rigged to
they won last year
to help Tom Brady? Isn't that his team you said?
Yes, it is. Tom is co-owner of the Las Vegas. He's got a little money in that.
Did you see that the NFL is trying to keep him from being a minority owner in the Las Vegas Raiders?
Yeah.
And it's because I think they're trying to offer him a special deal. They want Tom Brady involved with the franchise. So they offered him a minority role of like 10%. But 10% would be $600 million. And I mean, while he's very, very wealthy, I don't think he has that kind of money.
That was one of the points that they made last night during the Washington-Chicago game. Boy, the Bears looked great on the day that Dick Butkus died.
Yes,
so
they
that's
did.
incredible.
But
they were talking about how the cost of the new owner of the Washington Commanders paid $6.1 billion.
Right.
Is that right? And George Halas 100 years ago paid $100 to get the Bears started.
$100. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all those guys.
Isn't that amazing?
Halas and Rooney and Pittsburgh. I mean, those guys spent in today's money nothing for the teams, man.
I know. If they still did those really prevalent, and I think they do, but you never see them. The NFL films presentations.
Yeah.
They'd sound a little bit different today than they did.
Yes,
back then,
they would.
You know.
Yes.
It would be more like the starting linebacker for the Chicago Bears has developed turf toe and can't play for 14 weeks.
Wow.
He's on the injured reserve list and won't play the rest of the year. But he was so courageous, he asked if he could stand on the sidelines during his recuperation.
That is interesting. I wonder how much time would players... I mean, now they make millions,
Mm-hmm.
And they miss tons of time for stuff like, what's that, turf toe?
Turf toe.
Hangnails. He's questionable to return with a hangnail. But I wonder...
He had a bruise on his upper thigh.
That's exactly what it is.
He was out for 7 games.
He was on the PUP list.
4 weeks.
Physically unable to perform.
So I just wonder how much time was missed, like in the 60s and 70s.
Hardly any.
Right.
They played hurt all the time. All the time. But now he lost his left fingernail on his pinky finger.
That actually sucks.
But vowed to come back stronger than ever next year.
Right. Once off the list.
So, yeah, it's a different deal now. Very different deal.
Little bit.
He limped onto the field after halftime.
Oh no.
Because of his painful bout with turf toe, they carted him off the field on a stretcher.
Bronco Nagurski with his
Bronco Nagurski lost his bottom torso in the first half and crawled on both hands with his upper torso to begin the second half.
Look disgustingly at the PUP list.
All right.
So good.
Have yourself a merry little weekend. We'll be back here again on Monday to solve the problems we couldn't get to today. See you then. Oh, and I'm Glenn next.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.